Yeah, to win is always important, and especially tonight against a difficult opponent. They did a really good match. Wasn't easy, even though I think we had opportunities to score. They had as well. We had a bit more. So I think at the end the result was positive. We struggled a bit more than what we wanted. We knew that it was a complicated match, and this one give even more value to the performance of tonight.
RTP.
Francesco Farioli, here, please. Hello, good night. Andrea Castro Ribeiro from RTP. I ask you, FC Porto conceded, in my opinion, a lot of space in midfield and allow many opportunities to Estoril to score. Why? This is not normal. Was it a matter of lack of concentration or team fatigue? Thank you.
Yeah, you are, in Italy we say palato fine, like, you know, they didn't shoot one time in the goal. Diogo Costa did 0 save, even though they had their opportunities. I think the habits here is not making the opponent even entering into the box. But this is not the reality. We play football. As I said, Estoril did a really good match. They had a lot of mobility inside. They drop a lot to receive the ball. I mentioned before in the interview, due to the organization, individual qualities with a lot of players capable to move, very confident with the ball, and this one generate problems. I think we were not maybe as sharp as usual to reduce and to win the ball, even though when this happened, we scored a goal and we could have scored some other more. So yeah, I think we didn't. The reality that we didn't capitalize the amount of chances that we had, and definitely there are areas of improvement, both tactically and as well physically. But wasn't easy to come here. Again, after a massive game, from the physical output, the game against Nice was the biggest one so far. So I think, you know, if you put all the pieces together, credit to the opponent, a bit of maybe fatigue in our legs, and it became a game that was a bit more complicated than usual.
Sport TV.
Hi, Francesco. Porto dropped points only with Benfica. But between Sporting, Nacional and tonight Estoril, which one gave up more difficult to you and to the team?
No, I mentioned before that I think Estoril so far has been between all the competitions that we play here at Dragao was one of the best teams that came here for the organization, for individual qualities. We saw them in video and they were quite good, but some of them live made even a better impression. So I think they did a really good match. The coach in the press conference to present the game, he said that they have to play even better than usual, and I think he has to be happy with his team for the performance that they did.
SIC.
Hi, Coach. Tiago Cortes from SIC. Porto did not concede goals in the last 4 games. Before that, it had conceded goals in the last 4. Did you make adjustments between games, or it was just a bad stretch and now things are getting better? Thank you.
I think no, we didn't make any adjustment today. We were close to concede a goal for sure. I think Estoril, they had at least 2-3 good opportunities. Probably the biggest of the season that we concede. So yeah, today was, let me say, we were lucky not to concede a goal. It happened to concede maybe in games where we, for example, have in mind Red Star, that it was a shot that passed in between a lot of legs, or Moreirense that was a goal with a deflection. So it's football, but I think it's good to have another clean sheet. And is already, in terms of sequence, it's true that is the longest so far. But I think we have many matches with no goal conceded, and hopefully we will be able to continue.
Now.
Ana Inês Batista, CMTV now. I wanted to ask you how this victory felt for you, given that it's the 100th victory for you as a head coach. How did it make you feel? Was it special? And also, at the end of the game, there was a bit of an issue between you and the coach of Estoril. Was there a problem between you two? He mentioned a few minutes ago that he didn't like being touched on the face. Was there a problem there?
So about the 100 victories, I think what really matter is the 16 victories, the 16 victories out of 19 matches for Porto. That's the most important part, and hopefully more to come. So that's absolutely the priority. About the final part, yeah, I was very kind to him. So I tried to calm him down. He was a bit overexcited, but anyway, it was an emotional moment of the game. We shake hands. Maybe I misunderstood his first touch, but again, I was very calm. I'm not used to make any type of polemic or other things. When the game is over, it's over.
0-0.
Good evening, Francesco, Diogo Organista Pereira, 0-0. Today you decided to pair Victor Verholt with Rodrigo Mora instead of Gabriel Veiga, even though he was crucial against Nice, and you also complimented him a lot before the game at the press conference. What was the reason for this change? Thank you.
Because we have two very good players in the same position, so we need to manage them. Gabriel had a big game in Nice, and Rodrigo is doing well and is deserving opportunities to be on the pitch. So this one put me in a situation to choose always in between two really important players and really good player. So it's part of the game.
Bola na rede.
Good evening, Francesco. Rodrigo Lima, bola na rede. Today, Estoril caused some problems for Porto on the left side with Rafik Gitan and the other players they pushed forward, including the fullbacks and Olsgrove. I would like to ask what you tried to change at halftime, and also what the secret is for Porto to, even with these difficulties, respect the opponent momentum, control the result, and still get the win. Thank you.
Yeah, I think what we lack today was a bit of sharpness in the capacity to arrive to their midfielder and not to concede the opportunity to turn. Sometimes we were late, sometimes they were really good to rotate that much and to drop really low. We knew before the game that this one was definitely a scenario. We knew that recovering a ball there we could be really dangerous, and we scored a goal, and we had 4 or 5 other actions that could lead us to a clear opportunity, and we didn't manage to close the game. But of course, in the other side, if we don't recover the ball, the pitch become bigger, and they have players with very good technical skills and as well with power and freshness in the legs to create danger. As you say, I think at some point it's also important to respect the moment of the game and the momentum of the opponent, especially when we play that much. It's normal that you cannot be always dominant with the ball, or even sometimes you cannot be dominant without the ball, meaning like being in the right distance and capable to recover all the balls. And you need to be patient to manage these moments and to try to capitalize the opportunity that you are going to get in the other momentum of the game.
Mais dois para fechar, aqui à frente.
Hello, Coach Pedro Moraes, Record. Estoril showed up with a 4-4-2 diamond on a defensive moment. Did that surprise you, and was one of the main reasons of the difficulties you faced? And also, I would like to ask you about Luke de Jong, who ended the match with some complaints, I guess, on his knee. Is it a rebound from his previous injury?
So I start with Luke. The problem was he has some problem in the knee. The doctor was quite positive now when he was checking Luke on the bed. But of course, it's something that we need to evaluate in the next hours when everything will be cold and we will have the opportunity to have a better assessment. About the first part of your question about the tactical shape and the diamond that Estoril present. We prepare the game to face a man-to-man situation, a 4-2-3-1 with a striker pressing, a 4-4-2 flat, or the two striker compensating, to play against a 4-2-3-1 as they did against the 5-3-2 and against the 5-4-1. So I think we were quite prepared in this part. What honestly surprised us, it was more about the characteristics of the players and the players that the coach picked. We were expecting more three center back with the possibilities after to rotate as they are usually doing, and they went with let's say a back four, pure back four, and with two midfielders to play very low and to accumulate players inside. So this one, I think it was the only part where we got surprised when we saw the lineup after we adjust in the way that we felt it was the better one, even though it wasn't easy to arrive all the time to compensate their movement with the ball.
Para fechar, mais futebol.
Coach Francesco Farioli, good night. Samuel Santos for Mais Futebol. I would like to ask you about Francisco Mora. He came off for Zaidu at the pause. Which was the idea? Is anything wrong? What? Sorry?
The yellow card.
Okay. And I have a second question. Today we saw Rodrigo Mora more active at the defense. Do you like that? I believe you like that. I believe you have worked with Rodrigo Mora at the defense.
Yes, the goal comes from his pressure, him and William, and Froholt as well. Samu, Rodrigo, Vitor, and William were directly involved in the action that led us to the goal. I think Rodrigo in general is taking massive steps in terms of game understanding and maturity. If you speak about defensive attitude, I have in mind very good moments and very good images of him recovering balls that maybe some months ago were not in his DNA. It happened in Famalicão, it happened in Moreirense, it happened honestly in the recent games every day more. His determination to help and to contribute in the team spirit is fantastic, and also I think this part is something that will help him to fully achieve his potential and to become a complete player, not just a player that uses talent, that is a massive one, but also a team player, a player that wants to win and wants to compete. And in this part, I'm really happy with this progression, and I believe he has still steps to do ahead, but I think he's on the right track.
Obrigado a todos. Amanhã é dia de folga. Voltamos a atualizar o boletim clínico. Obrigado a todos. Bom trabalho.
Qual é que é a posição
As perguntas para Francesco Farioli na sala de imprensa, o técnico do Futebol Clube do Porto, aqui com várias